Many others were put at risk during atomic tests. Snifter aircraft, for example, were flown directly into the boiling mushroom cloud to determine the precise weapon yield. At first, drone B-17s did the job of sampling the clouds. Because no pilot was on board, the mission was safe and no humans were put at risk. All that changed, though, once the plane was on the ground.
Their mission of cloud penetration complete, the drones are returned to Eniwetok. Air control is relinquished to the ground crew. Landing is effected by an electronic system similar to that used in the control plane. This is the crucial moment in the drone operation, and all hands sweat in these unmanned B-17s with their cargo of priceless scientific samples. Because of radioactivity gathered within the cloud, the drones are dangerous, and mechanical devices are used whenever possible to prevent the exposure of personnel. As a safety precaution, personnel are exposed to radioactivity for only a minimum period of time. Filter papers containing the samples are removed from the trap. After packing in lead containers, they're prepared for air shipment to laboratories within the United States. After removal of the samples, the drones are decontaminated with a special cleansing solution.
F-84Gs, manned jet fighters, are being used exclusively on this operation. Experience has proven that manned aircraft are just as efficient and much less costly to put in the air than are drones for sample collecting. Jets were selected because they can operate at high altitude. Since the force of Mike shot has pushed the cloud up to around 100,000 feet, it is necessary to get aircraft up high enough to get reliable samples. Even at that, they're scraping the bottom of the barrel, so to speak. Some 14 F-84Gs are being used at staggered intervals to get a good cross-section of the cloud at different times. The jets, which are based on Kwajalein, also have the speed necessary to make them good sample-collecting machines. For the relatively short length of time the pilot is in the area, he gets a good sample per rate of contamination. A B-36 is also in the air as another kind of control ship, like a football coach running the game from the sidelines. A scientific controller watches the formation of the cloud and directs the samplers in for their runs. When a sampler aircraft has obtained its allotment of contamination, it has done its job and returns to Kwaj.
The switchover from unmanned drones to manned jets again increased the numbers of military personnel exposed to radioactive material. Moreover, this increase was not a one-for-one swap. A dozen or more manned jets now crisscrossed each cloud, returning with their wingtip pods full of hot material. On the ground, one safeguard after the other was developed to minimize exposure, but most were overly simplistic, as this video shows, and incredibly ineffective. Cancer rates among these veterans have also been high.
This fighter has just returned from a mission that took it through clouds contaminated by radiation. The decontamination crew will hose down the plane if necessary, to minimize the possibility of adding additional contamination to the working area.
As the years progressed, more sophisticated safeguards were developed, including masks, gloves, and airtight boots. This pilot avoids contact with the hot aircraft skin by jumping into the waiting truck. Simple but effective. Human testing will always be part of the development of weapons and weapons delivery systems. And the years have proven that it can be safe. The human testing of nuclear effects, however, stands as an aberration, a grotesque miscue. Troops, pilots, naval personnel, and countless others found that they were nuclear guinea pigs, standing at ground zero, trying to believe that somehow this was all right.